face to face lah, but some of your friends request online. So because they want to go back early lah. So next week we have itu kan untuk dan raya punya PRN. So means the request to for this class by online lah. Yes, but never mind. So that's why I asked you have to vote first lah. So based on the vote, mostly if you around 90% agree for online. Okay, so today we will start on how to use the Geostudio lah. Yeah, so I will give some examples. Okay, how we start to draw and how we start to run the software or to generate the general shape of cross sections of slope. Yeah. So I already upload in the WhatsApp group, so you can refer the slide. Okay. So hopefully you already install the software also. Either you get from your Shopee, yeah. But make sure my advice is make sure don't very frequent use, except for this semester only. Means 2 to 3 months. Okay. After that, you have to uninstall back. Yeah. Otherwise, sometimes the can detect or can itu apa? If there any itu what it calls detection from the developer, especially from the developer, so they can sue you, or they can send you some email warning, something like that. So my advice, only for 2-3 months. Okay, after that you reinstall back, or you uninstall and then you buy a new, then you reinstall back lah. That's my advice lah. Okay. So today we will start on. So can you see my slide? Kenapa slide saya?
Boleh, Doktor.
Boleh ya? Okay. Okay, so this is the example lah. This is the example for cross section for slope. So we're going to model this slope. Okay. So as you can see, so the geometry, which is the height of slope, is around 12 meters, and then the length around 30 meters. Okay. So is we model with the height is 6 meters, and then 6 meters. Okay. And then the width of the hills, or the upper section, is around 8 meters there. Okay, so we have the properties soil also. So let's say our assumption for typical of soil is clay lah, with the cohesion at 21 kilonewton per meter square, angle friction zero because of clay. Okay, and then we have a unit of weight around 18. Okay, so in Geostudio, these the properties we require. Okay, we require to key in our software Geostudio. Okay, so make sure when you design or when you given a report, okay, you have to find out these properties. Okay, which is the typical of soil. Okay, for example, like clay, cohesion, or angular friction, and the most important is unit weight lah. All right. Okay, the first step is if you already installed the software, okay, you can click, you can start click and select your new file, okay, under matrix, which is we use dimension is 2D. So for typical of analysis, we use slope W. Okay. Define project. Okay. So the add analysis. Okay. And then there's a you can I mean you can see also the several typical of analysis. Okay, when you define the project, either you put it under slope W or SIP W. Okay, so most of what we select on limit equilibrium. Okay, okay, so this is among the, as you can see, okay, for add and after you click add analysis, so you will have the, the several typical of analysis now, like I mentioned. Okay, you have a slope W, SIP W, sigma W, and quake W. So for our courses, we only focus on slope W. Okay? So okay. And in our analysis, the theoretical, okay, of analysis, we select for limit equilibrium. So means balance lah. The resisting, the stabilizing moment with uh, the maximum moment should be equal. Okay, that one we call it limit equilibrium. Okay, so after that you can select. Okay, for type of analysis, like I mentioned, we have a several type model analysis. So mostly we choose a Morganson price lah. So, right. And then the side function, we select half sine. Okay. For ground water level, okay, you can put it be condition under piezometer metric surface. Okay. So to draw the model, you can select either by line or by region. Okay. So mostly we import from the AutoCAD to Geostudio. Okay. Then the model will be in region. Okay. Okay, this is how we draw the model. So you can select by line by line. Okay. Also, you can use a region. So I will show you after this. This one we just go through the slide first, and then we try to model the examples. Okay. Okay. After that, after you finish develop your cross section, so you can define your materials. Okay. You click add first, and then select and rename your material. For example, clay, sand. Okay. And then select the material model. So you can choose. Mostly soil we consider under more column model. Okay. Right. So you can drag your material properties to your model by selecting the region. And then you can select, for example, if you have a 2-layer soil, so you can choose based on your defined materials. Okay. So, and then the most important thing is you have to put the right place for assign entry and exit range. Okay. So this is the example how we put it the line for entry and exit range. Okay. So normally for entry, we will put at the upper section of slope, and then the exit will be at the toe section. Okay. After you finish define all the materials together with your entry and exit line, so we can start to analyze the model. The result will appear the value of factor of safety. Okay. All right. So let's start first. Yeah. Okay. I close the screen right there. Screen first. Okay. Okay. Now I will go to my application software, Geostudio. Click project. Okay. Under metric. Create. Okay. Let's say example. Okay. All right. So you can add 2D, 2D model geometry. Okay. All right. So from the 2D geometry, you can right click, add analysis, and then select the slope analysis, slope W analysis with limit equilibrium. Okay. So your screen will appear like this. Okay. Okay. All right. So from this, you can select your type of your analysis. This is in this we have a several theory you can select. So mostly if your soil or on sill or clay or sandy, we use a Morganson rice. Okay, and then select the half sign. Okay, let's say we don't have groundwater level. Okay, so put it as none. Okay, let's say you have a groundwater level, so you can select isometric surface. All right, so close. Then you can start. Okay, we refer back the slide. Okay, the example. Right. So Okay. So let's say we have height with 12 meters. So you can select point, start from 0 to 0. So as you can see, my cursor is 0 to 0, right? So you can click. So you will have the point number 1. After that, this one I show you how to draw using line by line. Okay, you select point. Number 2 is with the height 12 meters. All right. Right. So, and then the third point will be on 8 meters width and all right. Okay. And then we have how many meters? 30 meters length. 30 here. And we have height with 6 meters. 6 meters width until here is the height with 6 at the top. Okay. So now you can start by draw the region line to line. Okay. Start from point number 1, point number 2. Okay, make it continuous for each point. Point number 6, point 5, 4, come back to number 1. So your region will be complete. It is your region. So now we define for the material. Yeah, okay, you go. Okay, you go to define features. Okay, select materials. Okay, so click add. So the new material will be appear. So you can change the name. Let's say our assumption typical of soil is clay. So make it clay. Then you can set also the colors. You can select which one you prefer the color for the clay. Let's say using orange. Okay, for the material model, so mostly we use a more column. So any type of soil, we use more column. Okay. All right. For examples, unit weight is given is 18. Cohesion is 21. And phi is 0. So we close. Right. So now we go for we go for define material and okay, material. So you have to select the draw material here, the features for draw material, then select models. So automatically the properties of material will be assigned. Okay. So now we go for entry and exit line. So you see this button, okay, draw entry and exit slip surface. So this one is represent the location of our slip circles. Okay. And for example, we select range. Okay, you for slip entry and slip exit range, so you can select either by range or by point. So means by range, you're not sure what the exactly location of your slip failure. So means normally we will apply by range unless you know the exact point. So you can choose the point. Let's say is you you predict you predict your location, okay, but with certain range of your slip circles, you can choose the type of entry and exit by range. Okay. Now let's say our model, we choose typical by range. Okay. So let's say our slip circles start from here. Oh, sorry. Clear first. Okay. First, you click. Okay. And then for the exit line, you click at any point at the top and then hold and release. Okay, so this is the range of my slip circles. Okay, so now I try to start analysis. Okay. Oh, can service. Okay, let's say we haven't service. You have to save first. Can say semester 2006. Okay. Example 1. All right. So now, based on our analysis, the factor of safety is 1.251. So means the slope is stable. Okay. So let's say we go back to analysis our model. You have to click definition here. Okay. And then let's say we put it loading on the top of our slope. Okay. Or in other words, we call it as a surcharge load. Example, okay. Let's say here, click add, make it 10 kilonewton. Okay. And then click draw. All right. So this is our typical surcharge load. So you can add, depends on your consideration on your design. Okay. So now I consider there is a road on the top of slope. Okay. So I try to analysis again my model. All right. So even I have road on the upper section of my slope, the slope still stable. Okay. So let's say we have a groundwater level. Okay. Okay, we go back to definition and then click define project. So you have to change the PYP condition from. This one is represent the groundwater levels. So you choose piezometric surface. Okay, you close and then you can start draw your level of groundwater. Okay, for example now. Okay. Now I start draw my groundwater. I click and I add and start draw. Example here. Okay. To determine the level of groundwater is depend on the data that you obtain from meter equipment. So now we just put it randomly lah first because we don't have the actual data. So we assume the water level will be like this. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is the example of my groundwater level. Okay. So you can start reanalyze back, start, click start. So we will see. All right. Even we have a groundwater, okay, at this level, the factor of safety is still safe. Okay, unless you change the water level or the groundwater level go up a little bit, so the value of uh, factor of safety will be reduced, decreases. So, any question, guys? Hello.
Yeah, Doctor, fine.
I wonder what can. Okay, never mind. But you have to try at home lah. So now I just want to show you how we the examples lah, how we model the slope. It's quite easy. I think you just follow the instruction in the slide. Supposed to be no problem. If there any problem, you can let me know. Okay, private message. So I will entertain you lah. Okay. All right. So now let's say we change the value of shear strength of soil. Okay. Now from the example, the strength given is a cohesion is 21 kilonewton. So we change the value. You go to define materials. So you click clay. So you can change the value of your property strength of your material or your soil. Let's say make it 17. Okay. Those. So you can start run again. Rerun. Okay. Now the factor of safety already decreases. It's below 1.0. That means your slope is unstable. Right? That's why the properties of soil in terms of strength, which is we have a cohesion and angle friction is very significant. It's very important. Okay, you have to put the right value. Otherwise, your analysis apa ni, will be analyzed wrongly. Okay. All right. So now, play mode. Let's say we go for the examples, get examples. Yeah. Or all right. Let's say we have two layer. We make it two layer, right? Okay. So how we split uh two region into two region. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You can select here split region. Yeah. Split region. Right. Okay. Now you, if you want to, uh, okay, if you want to remodel or you want to split the region, that's when you have more than one soil layer. So you want to separate, become a two layers. So you can select the split region here. So, but make sure before you split, you have to define the second material properties first. For example, here, okay, you go material and add another one. New material, let's say this one is same. Okay, so and then the model for material is you have to choose more column lah. Let's say our assumption for sand is around 16. Question of course should be 0, and then we have 5 around 22. Okay, so means normally for sand the coefficient will be 0 lah. Okay, and then only focus on angle friction lah for sandy soil. Okay, so okay, so let change the region number 1 become a sandy soil. So you click here, the draw material, and then select sandy, select the region number 1. So your model will be appear like this, right? So let's try to reanalyze again. What will happen? Yeah. Now, will factor of safety will be below the 1.0. It's been unstable lah. Okay. Okay. In slope, mostly we require a typical of clay soil. If your slope dominated with a sandy, it's quite easy to happen ke apa ni slope failure in term of erosion, erosion failure, because clay have characteristic on cohesion to hold among the particles of soil, but sand doesn't have. So that's why a slope need a certain percentage of clayey soil to make it the slope more stable. Okay, otherwise it's very easy to slip when water penetrate into the soil. So this is the way how we model this. We model very simple model for the slope failure. Okay. So in your assignment, so how you gonna generate 4 report? All right. So you can go for page layout here. All right. So your model, you can choose the different sizes of papers. So normally we make it letter lah. We choose letter size. Okay. Okay. So to make it more complete on your model, must have the measurement in terms of axis Y and Z. So you can go re-click again page chart. Okay. You can choose here at the ground. Yeah. Okay. Sketch axis. Okay. For example, okay. For wait. Okay. So now let's say we want to draw the axis line for X and Y. So you can select the sketch axis here. Okay, choose axis minimum is 0 and maximum, as we know, our length slope with length slopes around 30 meters. Okay, the X, the Y axis, the height is minimum is 0 and the maximum will be 12. Make it around 15. Okay. So now model is almost completely uh, show the complete information. Okay. So, all right. You can also show the legend of your material. You click uh, the materials here. Click here the tables. Okay, table pictures here. Select materials. Then right. Right. And then you can okay. So you can put it anywhere you want. For example, I put it here. So the information will be appear like this. Okay. So you can edit the size of the font. Okay. Example here. So I can choose make it a little bit small. Make it 10. All right. Okay. So this is the complete information for my report when I send uh, to the client. Okay. Okay. Other than that, you can put also the title of your project lah. Here, for example, let's say, yeah, okay, project baikan cerut. We can check it. Uh, all right. All right. Also, you can make it, yeah, more style. For example, change the font. Uh, Depends on you. Make it bold also can, right? Make it bold. All right. Style, font, right? So now you can start print your analysis, back analysis. Oh, too small, right? So this is the example report for analysis. Okay, the complete with the information you can send to your client. Yeah. All right. So any question? Hello? Hello guys. Ada nggak nih? Hello, hello.
All good, doctor, all good.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Doctor.
Okay. So you can refer my slide I already give in the WhatsApp group. Okay. There is a two exercise. Okay. So that one for individual assignment. Right. So you have to submit. Okay. After I give you around 2 weeks. Okay, to complete the assignment individually. Yeah. The exercise. So I will count it as individual marks. Yeah. Okay. I think if there is no question, our class will be until here. So okay, I share first for the attendance. Yes. All right. So you can scan the QR code for your attendance. Okay, if you have any problem on your exercise, yeah, please let me know. Okay. For those already scanned, so you can leave the class, the room. So I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for those who go balik kampung. Okay, selamat mudik. And then see you on next week. Face to apa ni? Face to face class.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
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 Thank you, doctor.